horsepower 3.8-liter V6 turbo, equipped with an intercooler that lowers the temperature of the intake charge. When the intake gases are cooled, they contract, and the more they cool, the more you get packed into each cylinder. So when the air is cool outside, the engine makes more power inside. On this 85-degree day, the Grand National covered a quarter mile in 15 seconds at 90 and 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. But when the temperature drops to freezing, you lop nearly a second off the quarter mile and twice as much from 0 to 60. Yes, that means the Grand National is faster than the Corvette, making it the fastest production car in the USA, but only for the northern half and only for half a year. And we should note that in 1985, we put a very well-tuned Corvette automatic through the quarter mile in 13.9 seconds on a 70-degree afternoon. Regardless of the temperature, there's always more power available than the tires can handle, which makes the Grand National the biggest show-off of GM's muscle-bound set. But it's also the most graceful in the turns. Sure, there's front-end plow, but body lean is limited. And with its V6, the Buick carries less weight on its nose, so it feels more agile. Inside, the Grand National gets lots of gray to go with the exterior black, but the chrome they left off the outside is now on the inside. You won't forget that this fastest car in the USA was built by a luxury car division, since for gauges, all you get are these tiny bars in the corner for boost and revs. Base price for the Grand National is just over $14,000, and our car totaled just under $17,000. To save a few dollars, you can order a Regal Sport Coupe with the same suspension and engine as in the Grand National, and you'll have more of a choice of color, too. This brings us to the end of our GM montage of muscle, but not to the end of the story. Since the mid-size models are selling so well, GM just might keep them around through 1988 and maybe 89 for the Monte Carlo, which should give their engineers plenty of time to build up the brawn of the upcoming front drive replacements.
In store for you, but first, Steve Evans has this report on the mechanic of the future and his most important tool, his computer. Steve?
It used to be that a power tune-up consisted of changing the jets in the carburetor, modifying the accelerator pump, and altering the advance curve in the distributor. But about 1981, all that changed because along came something called ECMs, electronic control modules, computers, if you will, on our cars. And it has frustrated performance enthusiasts because we have no longer been able to power tune our cars to meet our specific needs. But now all that has changed, thanks to something called a power chip. Today we're in Memphis, Tennessee at Hypertech to learn about this amazing new device. And I want you to meet Mark Heffington, the founder of Hypertech and the developer of the power chip. And exactly what does Hypertech do, Mark?
Steve, we take advantage of the late model cars' computer control systems. We dyno tune the engines, and we store that information in a tiny microchip that fits in the car's computer.
Okay, how does a chip control the engine's performance? Any chip?
There's sensors mounted all over the engine that measure the air mass flow, throttle position, oxygen content in exhaust gases, various temperatures and pressures. and they send all this information to the ECM. This is a typical ECM removed from the car. So the information from the sensors comes into the software, the computer program in the ECM, and it looks up at that point the correct values for the fuel injector and the distributor timing and sends that information back to the engine. So all you have to do to change the engine's tuning is to pull out this stock data chip and put in a power chip.
But how do you know what engine tuning information to put in your power chip?
That's the fun part. Come over here and let me show you something. This is our dyno room, Steve.
And a nice one it is, Mark. Let's see, we got a cast iron Chevy 350 V8 with a tune port injection late model Camaro.
That's right, Steve. This is just one of the many popular engines that are available today that we've tested on our dynamometer and developed data chips for. What we do is we start at like 1,500 RPMs and we optimize the air-fuel ratio and the spark to get the most power possible. And then we move slowly up the RPM band to different RPM settings and duplicate that procedure. And when we're through, we've got the best fuel curve and spark curve for the best possible wide open throttle power curve. The next thing we do is we go and sit down at the computer terminal and attempt to design a chip that will give us, when it's installed in the ECM, exactly the same power output we got on our dynamometer.
Well, can you show me how you actually get that tuning information onto the chip that you plug into the ECM?
Sure. Let's go into the computer and I'll show you how that works.
Mark, that might as well be Chinese to me. What are we seeing here?
Each of these little numbers is one data point. This particular 4K chip has 4,000 such data points. Now, a particular string, say this region right here, maybe 30 or 40 numbers in this region controls full throttle spark. Another section down in the chip, a string of numbers might control the boost on that Buick Turbo, for instance. And what our job is to do is to sit down and redesign these sections of the data chip so that we produce the same output in the engine that we got on the dyno.
And once you've done that, you just burn that into a chip and go back to the dyno?
That's right. We keep this small unit here for R&D purposes, and we can burn this design into that chip in about 30 seconds, and we're ready to test it.
But does the dyno really give you all the answers you need?
Well, it's necessary but not sufficient. We have to have it in developmental procedure to develop the chips. But when we get through, the real test is to go out and put it in the car and see what the performance gain is. Recently, we took our Buick GNX out to the Memphis Motorsports Park to test a new power chip. After we installed the fifth wheel road test system, we made a baseline run with a stock chip for an average of 1364 on the ET at 100.22 miles per hour. We brought the car back to the starting line and changed the chip. It takes a few minutes to change the chip. After you pull the kick panel down, exposing the ECM, all you do is remove the cover, pull out the stock chip, and plug in the power chip. In addition to maximum power tuning, we program our power chips to delay the torque converter lockup. This eliminates all jerkiness and results in smooth part throttle transmission shifting for everyday street driving. Once again, we made several runs, and the average ET dropped by 0.43 seconds to a 1321, and the miles per hour climbed almost 3.5 miles per hour to 103.68.
Mark, those results are pretty dramatic. Are they typical?
Yes, they are, Steve. The Chevy Eurosport is even quicker. We now have 4 chips for each particular car. 1 for daily street use for extra power for passing, pulling trailers, pulling up on the ramps, and 3 for off-road competition use.
You know, from what you've shown me today, that ECM or computer is not the performance enthusiast enemy like we thought it was. You don't even get your hands dirty now.
That's right. Dyno tuning up a car has never been easier.
Don't.
This isn't your car here, is it, Tim?
You wish. No, it's over here.
Hey, what is this? This looks like a whole racing truck or something.
Boy, that's interesting, isn't it? That's a nice-looking truck, isn't it?
Wait a minute, Tim. Tim, this looks like an Indianapolis pit crew or something. These guys look like...
Ignore them, they'll go away. Don't look at them. Don't make eye contact.
Is this your car?
Yeah, the same Mustang we used the last time we did this.
Wait, Tim, this looks a lot different than a stock Mustang.
Well, I made a few simple modifications anyone can do in their home for safety's sake. All right, let's get going. Yeah, your wife's car.
159.
Jay Leno, 88 feet.
Yeah. That six-cylinder just can't beat horsepower, Jay.
Hey! Wow!
Hey.
Champagne, roses.
This is fun. Girls, You know, I was just thinking something. What if our wives are watching this?
Oh my God, they're gonna kill us. We're ruining their cars!
You're welcome.
Bye, everybody.
Come on, you guys. We're right back with Larry Miller and Jenny McCarthy right after this.
Welcome back to Inside Drag Racing. You know, pro street cars are normally a humongous engine tucked down into an ultra-lightweight car to go very fast and stay street legal. However, we found a 1983 Buick Regal that has an entirely different approach. This is the 83 Buick Regal of Lawrence Conley from Humble, Texas. But believe me, there's nothing humble about this car. Lawrence, this Regal doesn't have a 3.8 V6.
No, sir. We upgraded to the Buick High Performance block, which is a 4.1. This is an honest 272 cubic inch six-cylinder.
But you did a lot more things, too. It's a single turbocharger, but not the stock one.
No, sir, it's not. We put a manly-sized turbocharger on it, kind of tweaked it up a bit, and here we are.
How about the onboard computer? A little different touch there.
Right. Precision Engine and Turbo provided a DFI computer for me, a sequential system. We have the capability of totally programming the fuel curve, the timing curve, and all the cold start and operating parameters in the car. Another nice feature is we also have the capability of recording the parameters during the run. When we come back after the run, we see where we were, where we need to make a few changes to optimize the performance and reliability of the piece.
It's unbelievable that you only have 272 cubic inches, and the thing must weigh close to 3,000 pounds.
The car through the Flowmaster exhaust system weighs 2,905 pounds. This motor puts out about 1,300 horsepower.
Well, at 3,000 pounds and 272 cubic inches, the list of accomplishments on this car is truly incredible. But the greatest accomplishment so far has to be the ETs he's turned so far this weekend at this NMCA event. He's gone an 811 at over 170 miles per hour, and he predicts that he'll break the 180 mile per hour barrier and dip into the 7-second zone before the weekend's out. All of that with a V6. Want to find out if he does it? We'll have complete coverage of this NMCA event right here on ESPN2. When? Look at Tube Times. You'll find out.
Pain in the ass. Pull the damn exhaust system off like that.
Well, the car's old enough to really
Well, all right, I'll see you. What do you guys do?
There's two guys just for him?
Like, not at all.
Actually, what are you going to do? Pull any gear?
We're looking for a black car.
Time to race now, boys! Let's go! This is all the way to hook that down. These guys are flying by like these just looks like these guys turn your head. I go to Bowling Green and see it. Go to Bowling Green.
But, just didn't look normal.
This guy was here every time for 3 years.
He's from Minnesota. He's always trying to set up street races. He's trying to set up. Okay.
Okay, the rain has finally cleared and we're down here at the track this morning. Time is probably about 1 o'clock. Everybody's lining up in the staging lanes. Take a walk around here and see Scott and the boys. Here's my super fast Corolla rental car. Smile, Scott.
Family work.
Smile, Jeff.
Smiling Jeff.
That's right, he can download real-time data over the internet to the ECM on his car. The ultimate in high tech.
Horse burned by people I don't even know.
Real-time telemetry back to Buick Motorsports.
different styles of wheels. It's just incredible.
Yeah. I think I still like the GNX style though. I think that's a nice.
Of all mine, of all the ones I've seen, I like
a nice clean looking wheel, you know?
Yeah, you know something? I like the 16-inch GNX style better than the 15-inch. How was it?
I don't know. I haven't checked the data yet.
She wants like an old Skylark convertible or like a Cutlass convertible or something, or a 442.
Okay, well,
so I said, that's fine.
You can work a deal somehow there.
Careful. Here's that. Let's key this way.
Yeah, key this.
Hey, Brad.